Hello.
Hi,
Good morning. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's the day after Valentine's Day.
It is. Hope everybody had a good day and enjoyed the love. Just the love day.
Yes. Lots of it. If you know, I don't think it's a universal day, is it? But it doesn't really matter because
I don't think so. I don't know.
Some countries are a day ahead of us anyway, so it would have already been over. But
yeah.
So I after going to get a haircut yesterday and then finding out that it was on the wrong day, which is why I look a little shaggy.
I told Julie I've done the exact same thing before.
Yeah. I think I've done it more than I did it with a manicure and a pedicure day too. And then I'm like, oh, I guess I better look at those reminders a little bit closer. Anyway, so I got home. I walked with my friend. By the way, it's Tuesday, February 15th, if you hadn't figured that out. And we are two psychic moms.
Yeah.
Julie Hawkins, the Biz Psychic. And I can be found at bizpsychic.com or juliehawkins.com. And this is my other pal and partner in spirit, Tammy. And Tammy is?
Tammy Langowski. You can find me at tammysintuitive.com. We both offer reading private sessions, so you can contact us through that if you're interested in having one. Do check out my Tammy's Intuitive Services Facebook, Instagram pages. I'm now on TikTok as well, just for some channel messages and clairaudient convos and fun stuff like that. So
anyway. TikTok. Okay.
TikTok.
So I celebrated Galentine's Day yesterday with my two best friends on my street. Nice. And we just had a lovely time. And then I went back. I wasn't even gone that long. Okay. I was gone like 3 hours. And I get back home and I was, if I have, this is why I don't drink and have sugar all at the same time, which I did last night. And I didn't even drink that much. It wires my body. I can't fall asleep. So anyway, finally fall asleep, get up to go to the bathroom at like 3:45. And I'm like, Felix, what are you doing? And he's pawing at the rug to cover up that he just peed on the rug.
Oh no.
Like, are you getting even with me? Because I wasn't here to love all over you last night on Valentine's Day. He does not like it when I go away for any length of time. He really acts up. And so, so I'm still watching rugs.
Well, and it's hard when it's on when it's pee on a rug. I mean, it's not that easy to clean up, but they will do that. Our cat, one of our cats, he's very close to my daughter. And when she's got the suitcase out and she's leaving, he likes to sometimes leave a little something somewhere here or there, let her know that he's not too happy, but
it's so interesting that they do that, you know. And he knew I was mad at him. I mean, I literally caught him red pawed, and he ran away. And then he came back in later this morning and he loves, not to be graphic or anything, but when I'm in the sitting position, he loves to be sitting. He loves to be on me. And he was like, Mama, I just love you so much. And I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sure,
next time you do the laundry.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly.
How was your Valentine's Day?
Oh, it was lovely. Had a nice dinner out with my husband and my kids were both here a little bit later on and made a heart-shaped cake. And I like holidays. I know it's not a holiday, but you know what I mean? I like all that stuff. So it was fun. We had a really nice time. Yeah.
I was just going to say any excuse to celebrate. And then I thought, well, why do we need an excuse to celebrate?
Right. Exactly. So we say, because us humans are not so good at that, do take advantage of times that we put on a calendar. We make up these, holidays or like that. If nothing else, kind of take advantage of it. So, I know. But every day should be a holiday, right?
Yeah, I like that.
I know. Especially if it's a paid holiday off from work. Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, all righty. So my back unit's coming along, so I'll talk to that later. Or just the update is coming along. We have Daphne sent us a question. So should we read it, or should
Yeah,
we get
yeah,
to the crux of it, or?
yeah. What go? I mean, do you want to do that? Go ahead if you want to do that. Yep.
Why don't I go? I'll read it and then you can answer first. All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. She says, "Thank you for your message." This is from Daphne, and it's public. So, thank you for these messages. Really sad that the Earth needs a reset because of us. One step forward, two steps back. And we're just going to say it's happened all throughout history. Many, many resets. Okay. Sometimes humans take a long while to evolve. Thank you for the insight and warning to humanity. May I ask another question after Rudy's question? And what was Rudy's question?
I think he talked about what day would be a good day to have a love day. I just answered on there about, hey, we could just make it Valentine's Day, but no, I mean, it wasn't the complete answer. But
I mean, every day is a good day for that.
yeah.
If we start, all right, we're going to start with that, okay? Because really, if we start with being heart-centered and heart-focused every day, every break in a moment that we have, every making that a part of our consciousness, then we would really learn to raise the collective vibration.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're saying. So practice that concept, that inner love, and that will expand outward. And you can do that anytime, anywhere. And we encourage you to do that anytime, all the time, anywhere, everywhere.
Yeah. And I do like the idea of what Rudy was getting to too, because it could be like a day that everybody focuses on, and not saying there aren't those days that people do have those world, kind of prayer things, but maybe I still get, it's so funny, Rudy, I'll speak to you on this, because I know that I kind of got about like Valentine's Day, but I'm also getting Valentine's Day is a very busy day for some, for those who like to celebrate it. But I still get like really close around that date, even the day before or the day after. Wouldn't that be fun? Whether that's going to happen or not. But I'm just saying, like, if we were to have like a day, it's almost like, why not? They're showing me like, why not bundle that energy of people getting ready for that anyway? They're kind of in that mindset. So like, what if it was a day before, was like Love Day, and then there was Valentine's Day, that people maybe actually go do something together if they want to or whatever. But I love the idea of it. And like Julie said, I mean, yeah, any day, that too. All of us, all the viewers that are watching this, any day in that way could be a day to, just you pick a day that's your day to do that. And that might be a good idea too, right? Just everybody picking one, maybe making your own anniversary on it every day, that you sit and you're just contemplating love, and you say love a lot, and everything's about the focus of love, and a really beautiful meditation and visualization.
Exactly. And if you just sit quiet and focus on that amazing piece of anatomy that you have within you, that is the, no pun intended, the heart of everything that goes on. It's just truly an amazing organ. Well, it's a muscle, but yeah. Just focus on that for 30 seconds and let the love emanate from that. Then it's going to be great, right? Yeah. It's going to be great. All right, carry on. So where were we? So making every day a love day. Ooh. Okay. So I was reading, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why on this earth do humans need to be subject to challenges of dark and heavy vibrations to learn and experience the light? Let's start with that for a minute.
Okay. Because yeah, that's good. It's good. And this is a really good question, Daphne. This is a good question, because I think a lot of people feel that way. Like, why do we go through the struggles if we're supposed to be climbing the ladder here and learning and evolving, and why so many of, the dark experiences? And so I'm just, thank you for reading that, Julie. Let me just looking at it once myself, just for me to help out. Okay, why on the earth humans need to be subject to challenges of dark and heavy vibrations to learn and experience the light? So what I'm hearing is, when we're in the moment of those experiences, they're showing me cells, which is odd. So what they're showing me is you are bringing all that experience into your inner being on all cellular levels, emotional levels, vibrational levels. And you see, this is what is important for you to be able to completely be in compassion and in the highest level, ultimately, of compassion, which is really what source is, right? What God's source is. And so we understand, it seems they're giving me the word like an oxymoron or whatever the other word would be. I don't know, there's another way to say it probably. It doesn't always make sense, that here we are supposed to be learning about that, yet we're maybe thrown in, so to speak, into these experiences, never thrown in, but you know what I mean. So we say to you, we feel that the reason for these experiences is, as we said, to bring absolute clarity to what that experience feels like, what it looks like on all levels, so that again, you may have a better understanding of what they're showing me, like your fellow being goes through. Again, on your way to ultimate compassion. So nothing is without, rhyme and reason. It really isn't. Even though it feels terrible, none of us like to go through anything on the earth plane consciously. We don't like to, but we did agree to many things coming in beforehand so that we could be able to get to that place. So my guides often talk about, we climb the ladder to ultimate compassion. Really, that's kind of what lifetimes are about. What better way to know than to go through some really difficult challenges so that we're going to know on every level. I'm going to bring one into example here, a past lifetime I've had of being in a wheelchair. And that came to light for me when I was working in the corporate world with somebody who was in a wheelchair. And like many, my heart went out to him, most of us think about it, right? We think about it a little bit, what that must be like and so forth. And so actually another intuitive really opened up something for me in that. And she was the one that helped me see this past lifetime. And everything clicked right when I'd heard I'd had this experience, because I always noticed people in wheelchairs. Now, maybe that's a given. Maybe you're out, you don't see people in wheelchairs all the time unless you're around that, for whatever reason. But it made sense to me. And so my guides show me, I had problems with my feet, really a bad deformity in my feet. But interestingly enough, I have plantar fasciitis that I've dealt with, and, just little things. I mean, bunions, fun stuff. But I think that might be a little residue of it, but I get it now because I understood this is just an example of that. So when I saw this person in this lifetime in the wheelchair, I was able to identify with that person in ways that I didn't even realize because of my other experiences that I've had. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes we don't know. We will sometimes know in one lifetime why we go through really hard, difficult situations, or we align ourselves and agree on some level to be with a family that's very abusive, very difficult. But again, this is where faith has to come in. It's a learning experience. And it's something that you will take with you. You may see the results of that in this particular lifetime that you're going through with that. You may see it, whether it's more knowledge to help other people. And certainly in future lifetimes, should you decide to incarnate again, you will have that with you. We accumulate these difficulties and challenges so that we may know all. And they're capitalizing ALL, so that we may know all. So that's what I'm first getting to that part of it. So Julie, do you want to add to?
Yeah, well said. We love that. So here's what I heard as you were also talking. They said, appreciation is second to love. And you cannot fully understand or have this appreciation for what you don't have until you can experience the not having it, or the having it and losing it. Mm-hmm. And appreciation leads to the higher vibration of love. So you have these experiences, as frustrating as they often seem. I'm sure we can all relate to that, because we want you to have the feeling and the understanding and the knowledge of appreciation, and appreciating that which you do not have and want, and that which you have, and maybe that which you have had and have lost. And the only way to do that is to have those kinds of experiences where they demonstrate just what we said. Okay. So, and these are all, it's so funny. So these are all human experiences and traits. And Alarie was standing next to me saying, oh, you humans. Oh, you humans are so funny. You want it all. Would you appreciate it, as my other guide said, if you just had it? You would never have anything to compare it to understand and truly know what you have. And so that is the reason that we have that spectrum. So learn about appreciation, because it is truly that one step right under love. Different than, very different than compassion, and not unnecessary. Compassion, of course, hugely necessary, especially in this world that we have currently. So have compassion for yourself to learn to appreciate that which you do not have yet, that which you strive for, that which you have had and lost. And it will lead to a fuller understanding and deeper, as you were saying, on a cellular level of what you truly can have, and will go up and up in vibration to ultimately have, and we hope retain. So yeah, they said, simply put, you would not understand the power of the light without, ooh, I got chills and a little bit of, a little bit choked up there. You would not understand the power of the light without experiencing the dark.
That's right. Absolutely. It brings us closer. Well said, Julie. Thank you. And your guys, it just, I kept getting, as you were saying again, it brings us closer it brings you closer to your sisters and your brothers, is what they're saying. And if we are all here to really understand that all, then, these experiences are necessary so that we have felt it all. We really, truly are climbing in each lifetime, potentially climbing that ladder to ultimate compassion, which is what Source is. This is why we have lifetimes, and we choose to come in as souls to grow further and further. So just as Julie was saying, if we had, I'm about to say, I was going to echo what you were saying, Julie, like if we had, more, easier kind of circumstances, you would think. But at the same time, they're just saying they're saying you do your best learning in challenge and in conflict.
Exactly.
And this is why. Now, why maybe, one could ask, well, haven't I learned enough? Haven't I had lifetimes? Probably. Let's say somebody's looked into their own past / alternate lifetimes and have seen a pattern. We would say then the pattern is continuing until you see the light. And there might be part of you that is resisting the lesson, which is why you are manifesting again and thinking, got to go back there, and maybe it's going to be worth my while, maybe difficult again, but, I'm going to give it another go, or learn a little bit more.
Truly, the bottom line is you cannot appreciate it until you've lost it or keep striving to have it. You just don't.
Yep.
It's just how many times have you learned that lesson or experience that over and over again. So yeah,
exactly. And walking in somebody else's shoes is the saying is, right? You know, the other part, should we go to that end part of that question? Because this was a lot of her thing. And then just wrapping up, wouldn't being in constructive, encouraging, loving experiences, environments, been better for us to learn and experience the lessons we need? So we get that question, like, it's a great question, because you would think that, but then where would the
compassion? How would you feel compassion?
Well, exactly. And our guides just said, where would the fun be? And they mean that tongue in cheek kind of thing. Like, where would all the fun be? Because, you know, the conflict is like, so they show me like, they may be on this side during these challenges and things that are very difficult for you, going, yes. And that sounds like almost sadistic, right? But they're not coming from that. They're just knowing, like, this is where you might start to see it differently, or you might start really feeling that other person's pain, so that you have a better understanding. So sometimes it has to be pretty difficult for us to see.
So,
and learn.
Exactly. You know, I'm gonna give you my guilty pleasure. One of them. I don't feel guilty about it at all, but there used to be a show on called Charmed. And aside from all the cleavage and boobalicious stuff that is always in that show, they had one of the shows on, it's like, I think they were on for 8 seasons, but I watched one yesterday where they had these avatars who, through all their machinations and stuff, really decided and helped the charmed ones understand that they just wanted to create a world without pain and without hate and evil, right? Because, you know, the charmed ones are there to fight evil. Okay. So I don't know, there's a weird part of me that likes to watch this show. So they carry out this big experiment. It's not really an experiment, but it becomes an experiment where they do away with like all the pain and all the bad stuff. And anybody who is experiencing that, well, they just kill them, because that's their way of eliminating the evil and the bad, even if they're not really evil people, right? And at the end of all this, the charmed ones are like under this utopian spell where they're like, oh yeah, he's dead, but he's in a better place, so I can move on. It's great. Okay. So there's no pain, there's no experience of the range of human emotions, right? They're just these automatons. And at the end, they're like, they snap out of it and they're like, no, we know there's going to be evil, and we would prefer to fight that in our own way than to have no feelings at all and live in this horrible place, and where you decide who doesn't comply and you take them out. Okay. And their response was, well, we're saving lives because we would kill less people. And it's like, that of course leads to a whole conversation of karma. So we won't go there for now, but that's the bottom line. You know, we're here to experience a whole range of emotions because it gives us a fuller, more, just a fuller life. You can't appreciate what you don't have, period. We keep coming back to that. Coming back to that. You can't appreciate what you don't have or have not experienced. A little bit different than compassion, because compassion is, even though you haven't experienced it, you still hold that person in the light of love, knowing that they're traveling a different path than you, and it's hard for them, but you can still have compassion for them. So all comes back to leading and experiencing that fuller spectrum of emotions that you as humans signed up for.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to say too, if there's anything we can learn from it or any suggestions our guides are giving us, is that, you know, be conscious in a lifetime. Be conscious of the lessons that you have. If you, let's say, want to change and maybe help it in the future, in future lifetimes, let's just say, for fun, then, you know, be really, really aware of the conflicts that you are going through at this given moment, in this given moment. And how is it affecting you? What are you learning from it? What could you do differently from your part? Because there, you know, this seems like such an obvious thing to say, but many people, they're saying many people do not, they do not walk consciously. They're so wrapped up in the ego and the emotion and a lot of the ego and fear, yes, that, you know, that they're not really taking a look to sit down and say, what did I learn from this? Now, many of you are, they said many of you are, and they went like this, because that's what can make change. It can make change in this lifetime. It can make change potentially in future lifetime as well, because again, it's all about being given these really, really important lessons. And so what are you going to do with your lesson? But there are many that are kicking and screaming through it, you know, instead of really saying, okay, this is where I'm at right now. What is it that I best, what am I feeling? What emotions are there? What am I learning from this? If nothing else, maybe it's a lesson that, wow, you know, I'm going to change that cycle in my family. When I grow up, you know, I'm going to do things a bit differently. I'm going to be more loving toward my children. Maybe I'm not going to drink alcohol. Maybe I'm going to stay away from addiction because I can see where that path could go. There's so many choices, even within, you know, times that you feel like you don't have a choice, but these will set, you know, something good for the future for you, potentially.
You know, that was so powerful, Tammy. As you were asking those questions, I went inside and went, ooh, what do I need to learn, you know?
Yeah.
And where am I not falling down, but what more do I need to look at and continue to work on? Because I'm pretty aware of my faults, you know, and like the whole thing with the haircut yesterday. And there was a part of me that wanted to make it her fault, you know. It was like, because I felt really silly and ashamed that I felt like I was losing it and couldn't figure out that it was the wrong day, right? And so as you said that, I went inside and I thought, well, what do I need to learn from that? You know, that it's okay to make a mistake, that it's okay to not be perfect, which I've learned a long time ago, but to own it.
Exactly.
So when I see her today, I'll go back and I'll own it, you know, and just say, and apologize if I was rude. I don't know if I was, but she might have taken it that way. And so it's the whole point of this is you go inside and to continue to evolve and learn.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Julie, about just like you said, about the hair situation, the hair appointment, right? Because like I was saying, I had done the same thing before. And I remember thinking when I left, yeah, it's embarrassing because like, really? Okay. But again, what that was, okay, what'd you learn from that? And for me, it was like being in the moment. Yeah. Like apparently, you know, I was a bit scattered or whatever. Again, it's okay to make mistakes, like you were saying, that, hey, we're not perfect, right? And sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself, right? But I remember thinking like, okay, Tammy, ground, like, okay, that shouldn't, in my situation with that shouldn't have happened, you know, but it did. Laugh at it, but also it was, for me, it was about just that moment. So yeah, these are examples of just on a lesser level, but, you know, or a lower, you know what I mean? Not such a huge thing that happened, but it doesn't matter.
I want to take it a little bit further too, because I have a friend who posed this question to me not several months ago. And he asked me, how can you be of a higher vibration? And really he was talking to me specifically. And he said, how can you call yourself spiritual when you have beliefs or thoughts of wanting someone, I'm going to own it, just dead. I just want someone dead. Okay. Someone who is causing a lot of pain. And it's like, well, why hasn't somebody taken this guy out sooner? You know? And I'm not going to name anything, not going to put it, I'm not asking anybody to do that. I'm just saying and I said to him, because I can be both. I can be human and I can be spiritual. I can have those human feelings and thoughts and I can still be spiritual. We're not either or. We are both. And sometimes we're a little bit more of one than we are of another. It doesn't make us a bad person. It makes us human.
Right. Because if we were all that, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
And we were just, yeah, I mean, we wouldn't feel the need to be coming to the earth plane to, you know, go through some of the lessons we are. But yeah, no, it's so true. I mean, it's, you know, we just we gotta hug ourselves, love ourselves here. We're not perfect. We know that. Our guys, one time they did a fun channeled message about imperfection, you know, and it was kind of like ended it with it's your imperfections that make you perfect to us, is kind of, you know,
Exactly.
people are saying they borrowed, or they sometimes they'll, you know, use really popular phrases or something, but really, you know, they understand it, and they are all the more understanding of it, and that hoping that we are as gentle with ourselves as they are with us during those times.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. And so, yeah, be who you are, be human, and be aware, and strive for that better. We're going to use Abraham Hicks, strive for that better feeling, that higher vibration.
And know that you can make a difference sometime. You can make a difference sometime. If you are in one of those situations of a family dynamic, many people are, especially as children. You know, if anything, I think the message I'd give kids is this: you will have a choice someday. You will have choices will come. And, you know, to hang in there. But I mean, of course, you can't say these to kids necessarily. I'm not a child psychologist or psychiatrist or anything like that. But, you know, it's almost like kids that are going through those things, they need the encouragement that there will come a time when learn from this now of what you could do better. And really, that's true for all of us, isn't it? It doesn't matter if you're children in it or adults still in that. Again, your job, they're saying, is to go within and ask, what am I getting from this? What am I learning from this? That's why these experiences are happening. It's difficult for the ones going forward who are not doing that, who are just caught up again in the victim mentality or in the ego itself.
And it's just a lower vibration. Be proud and happy that you're in, generally speaking, on that road of evolution in a higher vibrational lifetime, so that you can take a look at your flaws and become more aware and strive to be to that next higher vibrational feeling, and remembering that you're human. That's why you're here. Wow. Well, that was fun.
Wow. Thank you, Daphne, for that.
I know. That was a good people I know who asked these questions. So please keep them coming. We love them. And hopefully that gave you a well-rounded picture and explanation of that. Yeah. Anything else? Thought of the day, maybe?
Let's see. Thought of the day, guys. They're being poetic. Why are you so glum? Give yourself a pat on the back for how far you've come. The world is your oyster, as they say. Play, dance, sing, invite your guides in, and lighten up today. Lighten up today. I think that's the message I'm getting.
And I'm going to go to Alarie for this one. Alarie says, celebrate your flaws. That's what you are here to do, to become aware of them so that you can work on them to evolve, as you well know, and keep in that pattern at the same time being human and living your human life. That is what you are here to do. Oh boy, thank you to all of them.
Yes, I know they're awesome. All of our guides are awesome. We all have them, as you know. We do. You hear them more often than you think. Those thoughts popping in, and
I'm just going to say, yes, on a lighter note, I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
No, that's okay.
I went, my best buddy here and I went to Filoli Gardens for the first time. Neither of us had been there before, and didn't know that we had to buy tickets. So we're standing in line buying tickets. What a gorgeous day though it was there. And
where did you go, Julie? When did you go?
Last Saturday.
Oh, I was there on Sunday. How funny.
It was just the most perfect weather.
Yes.
And yeah, I think one of us is going to sign up and, for the membership so that we can go back in the seasons and see. Definitely. So the point of telling you this is that what a feel-good place to be in this incredible nature. The house is interesting and awesome and blah, 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 but it is the nature around there. And as it comes into bloom, which I have not seen there, and I look forward to seeing, be in nature. That's our reminder for you.
Yeah,
be in nature.
Absolutely.
Be grateful
Absolutely.
for, there are times that I am somebody who sits in awe of this little blue marble that we're on, and how remarkable, and how it makes me angry that we're fiddling, I'm just going to make up words, our home away. So I'm with you all out there on that. And so celebrate it, and do what you can in your lifetime to make it the right place and the better place, and know that we are on track, whatever that is.
Absolutely. And, I want to add on to your Filoli experience. I have two happy places right now that I love to go to. The beach is one, and Filoli Gardens. So those of you who are in Northern California, in the area, Filoli is a wonderful place. I am a member because I've gone there many times, even just on my own, just to be able to commune with my elemental friends and nature. And, but I'm just putting that out there. If you don't know about Filoli, really, it's a little hidden gem in some ways. And it's been there a long time, but it really is. So it's a great place to go connect to nature. If you're not in Northern California, but you've got areas like that, I'm sure wherever you may live, that you can really go and enjoy that time. So I just wanted to say that too. I'm absolutely in love with it there.
We have a remarkable planet with so much beauty. So wish we weren't messing it up. Anyway, enjoy the beauty that we have, celebrate it. And that's our two psychic moms for today. And anything else that you want to add before we close?
No, I think it's good.
But you've inspired me to want to become a member. So
please do. I'd say anybody, it's worth it. Honestly, it's worth it because you can go and just be there. It's a great healing experience there for sure. Yeah.
All right. So until next Tuesday, we are two psychic moms, Tammy Langowski, Tammy's Intuitive Services, Julie Hawkins, the Biz Psychic, and keep those questions coming. We love them. They inspire us to do better. They inspire us to give to you and, our guides, and please keep them coming. You have beautiful inquiring minds, and we want you to share that with us. Yeah. Other people will come. So
thank you so much, everybody. Truly honor you, and we appreciate you. So. All right, take care.
All right, thanks.
Till next time. Bye-bye.